Right after you found out that your ex monkey wrenched on you, you felt a huge hit, not to your ego, but to your heart. You were flooded with emotions. Just the wave of emotions wash you over from head to toe. It's immobilizing. You take a deep breath, you try to make sense of what the fuck just happened. I remember this. It's the worst feeling in the world. There is nothing like that. Nothing prepares you to feel these intense emotions. You feel like you just want to die. I felt like I wanted to die in the first, I would say, probably 2 weeks. Every time I crawled to bed, I said, holy fuck, not this shit again. In today's session, I want to talk to you about what not to do after you've been monkey branched. And I'm going to cover one thing, but it's going to be very impactful thing that you need to know. I'm Coach Goldman, your relationship and breakup coach. And the thing is, do not try. Do not try to use logic, to logic your way through the pain. It won't work. You can't logic your way through this pain because it doesn't make sense. It will not make sense to you. I made a bunch of videos that helps you to make sense of it, that explain to you the monkey branches mindset and all of that. But you cannot use your logic. You're not equipped enough. You don't understand enough the human psychology in your monkey branching ex. Maybe they were narcissists. Maybe many things. This is why when I work with you one-on-one, I help you to understand who your ex was. We map up their personality because I'm also a behavior analyst. So we analyze their behaviors, who they are, if they have some type of, mental illness or that kind of stuff, that it helps you to gain more clarity. But for now, as you just watch these videos, I want to help you get clarity. Now, in the moment of heartbreak, your emotions will always overpower your logic. You might think that you're being rational, but what you're really doing is overthinking, replaying every detail, obsessing over what went wrong, and that only pulls you deeper into pain. It doesn't give you any reassurance. You just try to make sense of it and you try to be logical and you say, if I said this, if I haven't said that, and you carry blame, shame, so much guilt, and it's unnecessary. Eventually, at the end of the day, they were the one who chose to commit this act, to commit this sin towards you. They committed the sin before God, and they will get their way. And I don't wish anything bad upon them. It's just this is how life works. But now that you're the recipient of this shit, turn it into something good. Don't wish bad upon them and don't try to make sense of it. Don't try to think that if you did something different, it wouldn't happen. It would happen anyway. This is just a personality thing, which I covered in many of my videos. You can watch them. And again, if you want me to help you to analyze your ex's personality so you can gain clarity and break free from this once and for all, hit me up, the link in the description below. But I want to give you the truth here. You cannot think greater than how you feel. When you're in a low emotional state, trying to figure it all out, while your heart is still bleeding, it will only lead you to downward spiral and very fast, super fast. You will not be able to think rationally. Human beings, when we are thinking about something, we are thinking according to how we feel. So if you're in a very low emotional state of overwhelm or anger, sadness, anxiety, all these low frequency emotions, when you are in these low frequency emotions, and you try to think of something, you will always think the worst. You will always catastrophize and victimize. You will never make true sense of it. This is again when you talk to me, I am just giving you the things as they are from a professional standpoint, and I'm not emotional because I'm not emotionally involved in your situation. That's why you need someone that to help you to and guide you through this. If you want to expedite your healing, this is how you do it. Now, when you're in a low emotional state, try to think of something. If you're in a very high emotional state, try to think of something. If you're in a very low emotional state, try to think of something. If you're in a very high emotional state, try to think of something. If you're in a very high emotional state, try to think of something. If you're in a very high emotional state, try to think of something. If you're in a very high emotional state, try to think of something. If you're in a very high emotional state, try to think of something. If you're in a very high emotional state, try to think of something. Now, Don't do this to yourself. Don't try to make sense of it. Yes, sometimes you do need to sit with this in the storm. And I want you to give yourself a few nights when you just sit with it. No music, background music, no TV, no numbing yourself. Don't take any sleeping aids or anything. No vices, of course, if it wasn't clear. Many of my videos, you don't drink, you don't smoke, no pornography, nothing. You don't do anything that weakens you. You just do things that strengthen you, like the gym, eating healthy, all that good stuff. Now, I want you to dedicate at least a night or two, even a week, to just sit in the pain, sit in the storm. No music, nothing. You crawl to bed and you say, let's do this shit. And you just sit there and you will be staring at the ceiling like the answer is reading on the ceiling. You will be very disturbed. Very disturbed. Your heart, it's gonna bleed bad. But when you are sitting in this pain and you actually let it eat you, you feel like it's a demon that you're fighting and it's eating you alive each and every moment, and you say, God, make it stop. It's difficult, but you can do it. When you sit there and you said, I'm a fucking hero, you said, I'm strong, I got this, and you can replaying in your mind your future that's going to be amazing, how strong you become, who you are becoming, and you've been forged by fire, and you sit in the fire and it's difficult. But you will remember this for the rest of your life when you sat with yourself in the fire and you said, I'm not getting up until I'm conquering this monster. When God, just remember, when God wanted to strengthen David, you know who he gave him? He gave him Goliath. This is your Goliath. This is your Goliath, and you can conquer fucking Goliath with one stone, just straight into his fucking eye. Yes, you can. And I'm here to help you if you need help. Now, there is strength in letting the pain wash over you. That's where growth begins, but don't just stay there. What will help you in those moments is not just thinking, it's not more thinking, it's movement. Take action to shift your state. After you are giving yourself time when you are in bed all alone, this will be the night. That will be the training ground for the day. During the day, you need to take actions. Go do kickboxing. I used to do Muay Thai. Now I'm back doing Muay Thai. It helped me so much. So you go to a class, something that you don't need to overthink too much. You just follow instructions. It can be yoga, it can be Muay Thai, kickboxing. You can have a personal trainer at the gym. Whatever it is that you want. A running group. I joined also a running group, which was amazing. You get to know people and you're just a part of a group, some group activity. Take action. It will help you tremendously because you will train your mind to do things you don't want to do. And then when it comes the time that that your ex starts creeping in, these emotions and these thoughts creeps in, you say to yourself, I'm already weathered and I've trained myself to do what I don't want to do. So you say to yourself, I will not think what I don't want to think, because you're trained. You train yourself at night, and then you take action to override this shitty feeling, and then you just help yourself heal. This is how you override it. And I'm gonna give you a very quick exercise to do, and it will help you. For 1 week, what I want you to do is to write down every time you're thinking about your ex, because you're going to be flooded with thoughts as well. So I want you to write down every time you're thinking about your ex, write down the time and the date, and do it for a week. Now, when you write down the time and the date, I want you to do this. You're going to write down what is the emotion that you're feeling, and then you're going to write down what is the thought that is triggered by this emotion. After that, you're going to write down what is the action that you took. And after that, you're going to write down what is your overall level of energy. And I'm going to break it down with an example. So let's say 6 a.m. today, it's Tuesday the 8th, July 8th, now it's 8:51, but let's say it's 6 a.m., first thing in the morning. Your thought, the way you feel, the first thing is feeling. You want to write the time, like I said, and the date, and then the emotion. The emotion can be anger, sadness, anxiety, whatever emotion you feel. So let's say anxiety. From 1 to 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is the level of intensity? I'm going to say it's around 8, super anxious. Then what is the thought? That's the second thing. What is the thought? The triggering thought that is supporting this emotion. You can say, what my ex is doing right now. So yourself, okay, what's she doing right now? And you don't need to write a letter of like scroll like a lot of things of what is the thought that you're feeling, that you're thinking, just the triggering thought, because we want to nip it in the bud. After that, you're going to write down what is your action, what did you do. Many people, what they do when this happens, they just stay in bed, they don't leave for hours. And then you're going to write down what is your overall level of energy after that. So again, let's recap. 6 a.m., the feeling was anxiety level 8. Triggering thought was, what is my ex doing? Is she's with this other guy now? And what you did is stay in bed for 4 hours. And then you see what is the overall level of energy that you're feeling after that. And it's probably a 2, a 1 or a 2, like very low. Now what you want to do is to change it. And when you do it for about a week, you will start seeing patterns. You will start seeing, at this time I feel this, at this time I think this, and it will be very easy for you to compartmentalize it and see it, because humans, we're habitual constructs, and you pretty much do the same thing every day. So you will start seeing a pattern, you'll start recognizing it, and now it's time to break the pattern, interrupt the pattern. How can you interrupt the pattern? Only with action. You cannot interrupt the pattern. You cannot change the way you think or feel just by thinking. It's very hard to do that. You need to be Zen master to be able to change your emotion just by thought alone. The easiest thing to do is by action. So I'm going to give you the example again of just what we talked about. 6 a.m., thinking like anxiety, 8, triggering thought, what is she doing? She's with the other guy. What you do now, you change the variable. The only variable you can really change in order for you to change your overall state, your overall emotion, your overall level of energy, to raise it higher, is change the action. So instead of staying in bed, jump out of bed, go take a cold shower, do 100 burpees, go to the gym, whatever, and then see how you feel overall. And it will be much higher than 1 or 2, my friend. I know. And then you decide that you're going to interrupt all the patterns with a constructive action. That's it. As simple as that. It can be as simple as that, but it's up to you to really execute it, because it's easier said than done here. But once you get the hang of it, you got this. Now, like I said, taking action. You can walk, breathe, cry, train, write, talk to someone who gets it. Do something that helps you to move the pain through your body. Because once your nervous system calms down, then your mind will begin to be clear again. Then you can think with clarity instead of panic. This is how you take your power back, not by forcing answers, but grounding yourself enough to hear them. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you need any help, check the links in the description below for the Rise of the Phoenix, my online healing coaching program, or book a one-on-one call with me where I can guide you. I love you. I'll see you again in the next one.